Welcome back to Tailosive Tech, everyone. Yes, it's finally happened. The wait is over. Today we are finally unboxing the iPhone 10. This took a long time. I'm very, very grateful to finally reach the time when I get to... Wow, this is coming right off. It is so ready. This is the grand reveal. Oh, wait, no. It says designed by Apple on California first, right? I believe it does. Yes, it does. Okay. Still did that from last year. Anyway. We're also going to be unboxing the leather folio case, which I bought recently, that has some exclusive features that other cases don't have, made by Apple themselves. Not cheap, but, you know, it goes with the iPhone. All right, and here it is, everyone. The grand reveal. Oh, drop test! No, just kidding. Anyway, let's pull this thing out here. My goodness, they really did get the form factor right with the dummy model. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. Such a clean look. Haven't taken the plastic off yet. Pretty good amount of weight to it, but also definitely not as heavy as the iPhone 8 Plus was. And okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. Also, before we start, Space Gray. Seriously, like every single YouTuber was getting the silver one. Space Gray is great. Why is no one in the... Okay, Space Gray's got an ecosystem. Anyway, time to peel the plastic. The moment we've all been waiting for. Wow. You know, as a human race, we still have a lot of people that don't eat. Anyway, I'm very excited to boot this thing out. Now, I'm curious. Yeah, probably tapping it to wake it up wouldn't work. Anyway, power button, which is no longer a power button. This is now technically called the side button. And I can already see where the display is just by looking at the different ways it reflects in the light. Here comes our Apple logo booting up here. But of course, before we get into the iPhone itself, we need to look at some of the documentation and headphones. Oh, wait, no one cares. EarPods, charger. Whatever. Hola, and my goodness, look at this display. Absolutely edge to edge. I can reach from corner to corner. Got our home bar at the bottom. Let's begin. This is such a tall aspect ratio. And this has a great feel to it. I love the form factor, but it definitely does not feel like display reduction, just by my basic experience with this thing so far. Yeah, I can pretty easily reach to both corners. It definitely shares that same shade of space gray that the iPhone 8 Plus did. I like it a lot. Oh, and now we're setting up Face ID. Gonna hit continue. First position your face in the camera. I think I know how to do this. Let's try it. Oh, that's me. Oh god, that's what I look like. All right, looking around, looking good. Wonderful. First Face ID scan complete. This is gonna be more reliable than Touch ID. I'm absolutely sure. Okay, continue. Do it again. Especially for me, given I have psoriasis, which means Touch ID never works. Okay, we've got Face ID set up. Let's hit continue. Wonderful. Let's get us booted up here. See, without True Tone display. Oh, it's so blue. Yes, love True Tone display. We're keeping it. Oh, and they actually have walkthroughs on how you get around the iPhone without the home button. This is important if you're not a techie. If you didn't know how to do this kind of thing, I'm glad they show you how, but obviously I know how. So we're gonna hit continue. We know how to switch between apps. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to iPhone. Swipe up to get started. Here we go. Swipe up, and we are home. Look at this home screen. Okay, the first thing we definitely have to look at is the wallpapers. They have exclusive wallpapers in here that are only available on the iPhone 10. Let's see what they got. So in the stills, we've got what appears to be the same ones as the iPhone 8. These look familiar. In the dynamic, though, we've got all these new color options with black backgrounds, which looks really neat. Personally want to try out this rainbow looking one. Let me set that as both. Oh, and now we can try to see if Face ID works. If I just hover over it and unlocked. Look at that. Look at the wall. Oh my god. That looks so neat. What are these? Did you see that? Control. Oh, they're letting me know control center's up here when I swipe down. That's neat. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's see what other wallpapers we have. Oh, good. They have the one that's on the front of the box. Sometimes they don't do that. Like, they'll show certain wallpapers and stuff that it's like, I don't care about that. This one in particular I love. I actually had this already set on my iPhone 8, so I'd like to keep it over. So we go home like this. Swipe between oh, we gotta open other apps first. Oh, and yes, we have portrait mode front facing now too. How does that look? Oh my god. Look how cinematic this is. Can preview the different filters and lighting techniques. Take the picture. It processes it, and oh my god, that's creepy. We don't need to look at that again. Gonna turn that off now. No more. So what I like about the iPhone 10, and I was able to play with it in the Apple Store for just a couple minutes, so you can see my true first impressions to the iPhone 10 on Tailosive Talks when that vlog comes out, is that it's very ergonomic. I can reach the control center at the top as well as reach the bottom of that display, so I can go home. For instance, open up other apps in here, just to get you an idea of what it's like to swipe between apps. So I have photos and stuff. I can just swipe from the bottom to go between them, which I think is oh, that animation though, it's so smooth. You can see the little slides. And then of course, if you want to access traditional multitasking, you can swipe and hold, or something like that. I love that the actual apps in the multitasking have curved corners. I thought that was really thought through. Different than the 8, you know, they separated themselves. I love it. And of course, the dual camera is improved on the iPhone 10 as well. The one thing my friend was actually pointing out was that the camera bulge is manufactured a little bit differently than the 8. Get a side-by-side side-by-side comparison here. Look at these. These are the two best smartphones of the year. On the camera bulge of the 8 Plus, it kind of molds down, so it's kind of a seamless blend. Not really seamless, it's kind of very obvious. But you can see the aluminum kind of mold down into the glass, whereas on the 10, it is very sharp 90-degree cut, which makes the camera bulge a little bit more noticeable and I think protrude a little bit more. Though perhaps that's because they're storing the flash and the microphone in the same camera bulge. I don't know if that makes a difference, or perhaps because it's a stainless steel body that makes a difference. Oh, and hey, Face ID unlocks. But definitely first impressions with the iPhone 10, apart from the crazy activation problems we've been having, now that that's been fixed and now that it's working, I absolutely love this thing. The display doesn't feel bigger, it doesn't feel smaller, it just feels perfect, and I feel like the form factor is a lot more convenient, it's a lot more portable, and I think learning the new commands and gestures are working very, very seamless with me. I'm very used to swiping up to go home now, and I'm very excited to start using Face ID a lot more often. I'm actually really impressed that the portrait mode camera can go both ways. Let's take a real one here and be like, yeah. Oh, how disgusting. I don't need to look at that. Oh, but before I go, we might as well try the leather folio case, which we have ready right here. So this one is made certified by Apple, and it's designed so that you can put some cash and some credit cards and some ID. And the other thing they designed them to work together really well is the fact that when you close the folio case, it actually turns off the display. When you open it, it activates the display. Kind of like a smart cover for an iPad, which I've always wanted kind of a smart cover style case for my iPhone. And they don't even make the folio case for the 8 and 8 Plus. So this is kind of an exclusive feature. Let's see. This can slip in here pretty easy. Snap. It is in. Face ID is already unlocked. So when I close it, oh, I can hear it shut off. So there's your kind of wallet. Your phone hangs in there. Camera bulge fits very nicely. No rocking when you set it down on a table. And when you flip it open, turns on. Well, this is cool. I like this. I can still change the volume buttons from the inside of the folio. And again, I'm not always a case guy. This was actually requested for me to buy because a fan donated for me to buy it. So I might not end up keeping this and probably giving it away. We'll definitely see in the future. Thank you guys for watching the iPhone 10 unboxing. I'm definitely excited to get this guy up and running, get him updated, and get him all up to spec. And of course, comparing him to the iPhone 8 Plus, as well as just comparing him to the past generations of iPhones and even Android phones. You know the drill. Let me know of what you think in the comments below. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.